Imagine 9 young hikers, full of life, passion, and dreams. They set out for an adventure in the icy Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. But what happened next has puzzled the world for more than 6 decades. A torn tent, bodies scattered in the snow, strange injuries, missing eyes and a tongue, traces of radiation and no clear answers. This is not just a mystery, it is a nightmare frozen in time. Welcome to the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In January 1959, a group of 10 students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Sverdlovsk, now Yekaterinburg, began preparing for a ski expedition. They were young, adventurous, and highly skilled in mountaineering. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student, respected for his leadership and expertise. The group included 8 men and 2 women: Yuri Doroshenko, Zinada Kolmogorova, Rustam Slobodin, Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Kolvidov, Nikolai Thibeaux-Brigl, Yuri Krivonisenko, and Semyon Zolotaryov. Their goal was to reach a tall Urton mountain, deep in the Ural range. Before the journey even began, one member, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and had to return home. He would later say this illness saved his life. The remaining 9 hikers continued their expedition, unaware that they would never come back. The group documented everything with diaries and photographs. They were cheerful, joking, and optimistic. Their energy showed the spirit of Soviet youth at that time. On January 31st, they set up camp at the edge of a mountain called Kalatsak, name that means Mountain of the Dead in the local Mansi language. The next day, they attempted to cross the pass, but the snowstorm forced them to set up their tent on a slope instead of the safer forest area. This small decision would become fatal. When the hikers didn't return on time, rescue teams were sent. What they found shocked the world. The tent was discovered on the slope, ripped open from the inside. All the hikers' belongings, boots, jackets, money, and diaries were still inside. But the hikers themselves were gone. Soon, bodies began to appear. 2 hikers were found under a cedar tree, dressed only in underwear, barefoot, as if they had fled in a hurry. 3 more bodies were discovered between the tree and the tent, frozen as though they were trying to crawl back. The remaining 4 were found weeks later in a ravine, buried under snow, wearing some of the missing hikers' clothes. But it was not just death by cold. Some of the bodies had horrifying injuries. Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue and eyes. Nikolai had a shattered skull. Others had broken ribs, internal bleeding, and injuries similar to a high-speed car crash. Strangely, traces of radiation were found on some of their clothes. Even more disturbing, there were reports of glowing orange lights seen in the sky during the same nights. No sign of another human was ever found. No footprints except theirs. For more than 60 years, countless theories have tried to explain what really happened that night. 1. Avalanche theory. Some believe a small avalanche forced the group to cut the tent and escape quickly. The injuries could be from snow impact. But critics argue, the tent was still standing, and the slope was not steep enough for a major avalanche. 2. Katabatic winds. Snow slab collapse. This modern theory suggests strong winds and a collapsing snow slab caused panic. While logical, it doesn't fully explain radiation, missing eyes, or the bizarre behavior of experienced hikers. 3. military experiments, the area was used for Soviet weapon testing. Some suggest parachute mines or radiation weapons scared the hikers. This could explain strange burns and glowing lights. But the government never admitted to such tests. 4. Infrasound, wind-induced panic. Strong winds around the mountain may have created low-frequency sound waves, causing dizziness, fear, and panic. But can sound waves cause crushed skulls? Unlikely. 5. Paranormal, Yeti attack. Some conspiracy lovers say the hikers were attacked by a Yeti or some unknown creature. Others point to UFO sightings and alien involvement. These remain the most sensational theories, though without solid evidence. The case was closed in 1959 with the vague statement, the hikers died due to a compelling natural force. But that only deepened the mystery. In 1990s, after the Soviet Union collapsed, the files were re-examined. Researchers and journalists reignited public interest. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case and concluded it was due to an avalanche or snow slab collapse. But most people remain unconvinced. Why does this case still fascinate us? Because of the unanswered questions. Because these were young, real people whose tragedy became a global mystery. Because the setting the frozen wilderness creates an atmosphere of fear and wonder. Because it sits on the edge between science and the supernatural. Today, Dyatlov Pass has become a part of pop culture. Documentaries, books, Netflix shows, and endless discussions keep it alive. Yet, behind the theories and debates, we must remember the human loss of families who never saw their children return. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. 9 young lives ended in a way that defies logic, science, and reason. Was it nature's fury? A secret military experiment? Or something beyond our imagination? We may never know the truth. But one thing is certain, this chilling mystery will continue to haunt us for generations to come. This was the story of Dyatlov Pass. What do you think really happened that night? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more dark mysteries from history.